another guy out there. In this free agent market for the defensive line, we want to go to the D-tackle position because D-tackle is a definite need on this team as well as others, of course. Michael Brockers from the LA Rams. He's a backup defensive tackle with an $11 million cap hit for the LA Rams this year. They save about $10 million if they release him. Okay, getting rid of him, $10 million in cap for a backup defensive tackle, not really fit with what they're trying to do for years to come. So Michael Brockers has been, 54 tackles this year. He's been in the backfield a lot, guys. Playing about, 62, it's like 65, 67% of the snaps this year. Got in the game a lot, keeping the defensive line fresh. You have a speed slash, he's a speed and a power rusher. Right up the middle, speed and power. So depending on what type of guard is in front of him, depending on what he has in front of him, he has a bunch of moves. And I've seen him play a ton of football, and he can get into the backfield. Do I think the Eagles should jump on this move as soon as free agency hits? They should give it a shot and see if he wants to come to the Philadelphia Eagles and join this defensive line with Derek Barnett, with Fletcher Cox, with Michael Bennett. And, you could be bringing other guys here too. Other guys might get signed as well. Defensive end is huge. I think the Eagles will spend money in defensive end. But depending on Michael Brockers and what he's looking for right now, with $11 million cap hit for the LA Rams, I don't see him staying there at all. But like I said, 54 tackles, could get in the backfield. Had a really good year. But I think if he wants to play more of a starting role, not a starting role, but a rotational role. There's really no starters except who starts on the roster. It's all about combinations with a defensive line. Who's your starting for? And who's replacing your starting for when they go in the game? And who's coming out and who's going in as his replacement if something does happen during the year? Michael Brockers could be one of those guys. The Eagles should jump, see what he is looking for, and if it's too much, they should just back out. But they should at least give it a shot. I mean, some fans, I've talked to a lot of Eagles fans, a lot of people are like, why are you making videos about this and why this? I'm talking about scenarios that you can get with this team. And we're starting with this defense. Cornerback, we need a corner. I understand that, but this defensive line comes first before the cornerback position. And you're not getting a cornerback in free agency. That's the definite no way, Jose. I don't care what free agent targets are online on what articles. It doesn't matter. I don't think the Eagles go after a cornerback. Do I think they'll add some depth? Definitely. Do I think we picked up two good corners and Cravon LeBlanc from the Lions practice squad and then getting Avonte Maddox? Yes, but not to go off topic. But Michael Brockers is a beast. He's a starting caliber D-tackle. I think he proved it this year. Unfortunately, the Rams just can't hold on to him. The Eagles should, knock on the door, say, hey, call his agent, be like, hey, what's going on? He's looking pretty good out there. What is he looking for? And then that's it. And see where it goes from there. But, Timmy Jernigan is a guy that's, $11 million cap hit. That is not standing still with the Philadelphia Eagles right now. You get rid of Jernigan, you get $7 million in cap. You can replace Jernigan with tons of talent in free agency, okay? Just because somebody's a free agent doesn't mean they're going to get paid a lot. You understand? Like everyone's like, he's going to get paid a lot. There's free agents that don't get paid a lot, okay? You're talking about high, and Brockers isn't high caliber, but he's not bad at all. As a rotational defensive tackle, he did it with LA and was successful with Donald and Sue being there. You're going to be behind, Fletcher Cox, Timmy Jernigan. But it depends what they do with Timmy Jernigan. $11 million cap hit, and they need to free up some money there or restructure Timmy Jernigan one last time because there's no way that the Eagles are keeping that cap hit at $11 million for Tim Jernigan. Michael Brockers could change the story and could make this D-line a lot more fierce. I have a feeling that this coming offseason, the Eagles are going to have the best defensive line in football. I guarantee that 100%. So Michael Brockers to the Philadelphia Eagles, I have no problem with it at all. Big. Just watching, he's funny too. He's actually a really funny guy off camera as well. But his play style he's a sentinel. His play style is sentinel. He's half speed rusher, half power rusher, and will put the move on you. And he could take double teams very well. Very strong. So, doesn't get pushed back at all either. Guy barely gets pushed back 2 yards. Barely, not even a yard and a half. So, Michael Brockers to the Philadelphia Eagles in free agency. So the Eagles get the call. See what's going on. Yeah, I say we give it a shot. All right, guys. See you guys later. Shea Squad up. Follow us fly.